History often whispers before it shouts. On December 7, 1941, those whispers were present. Faint signals, overlooked warnings, subtle cues that might have changed the course of a day. Yet they were missed. I'm Robert Child. In this episode, we return to the quiet hours before the attack on Pearl Harbor, not to relive the explosions, but to reflect on the signs that went unheard. These moments remind us that history is shaped not only by what happens, but by what is overlooked. But before we get started, click that follow or subscribe button. We're building a community of military history lovers, and I'd be honored if you joined us. Now on with the program. History carries profound lessons in its quietest moments, particularly when examining the hours before Pearl Harbor changed the course of World War II. The early morning of December 7, 1941, held numerous subtle warnings that, if heeded, might have altered the trajectory of that fateful day. The story of Pearl Harbor is not just about the attack itself, but about the complex web of signals, intelligence, and missed opportunities that preceded it. At 6:45 a.m. on the northern shores of Oahu, two Army privates, Joseph Lockard and George Elliott, manned a mobile radar station during what should have been a routine morning shift. The SCR-270 radar unit picked up something extraordinary, a massive formation of aircraft approaching from the north. When they reported this unusual sighting to their superior officer, Lieutenant Kermit Tyler, his response was fatefully dismissive. "Don't worry about it," he said, assuming the radar had detected American B-17 bombers scheduled to arrive that morning from California. This radar detection represents one of the most clear-cut missed opportunities of that morning. The radar operators had spotted the first wave of Japanese aircraft approximately 50 miles out to sea, but the significance of their discovery went unrecognized. The incident highlights how new technology, without proper protocols and experienced interpretation, can fail to serve its intended purpose. The radar station's capabilities were revolutionary for its time, but the human element, the interpretation and response protocols, had not yet caught up to the technology's potential. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., another crucial series of events was unfolding. Japanese diplomats were preparing to deliver a lengthy message to Secretary of State Cordell Hull. This message, intercepted and decoded by American intelligence, was meant to be delivered at 1 p.m. Washington time, approximately 30 minutes before the attack would begin in Hawaii. However, due to typing delays and other complications, the Japanese ambassadors were late for their appointment, arriving after news of the attack had already reached Washington. The diplomatic message itself contained vital clues. American code breakers had deciphered the first 13 parts of a 14-part message the night before, which strongly suggested a break in diplomatic relations. The final crucial part, instructing the ambassadors to deliver the message at the precise time coordinated with the attack, wasn't translated until the morning of December 7th. The timing specified in the message could have provided a critical warning, but bureaucratic delays and communication gaps prevented this intelligence from reaching decision-makers in Hawaii. In the weeks leading up to the attack, American intelligence had intercepted numerous Japanese communications through a program codenamed MAGIC. These intercepts revealed significant diplomatic and military activities, including requests for detailed information about ship positions in Pearl Harbor. The Japanese consulate in Hawaii was asked to provide regular reports on the precise locations of American vessels, divided into 5 distinct areas of the harbor. These reports, known as bomb plots, were detailed grid systems of the harbor that would prove invaluable for targeting purposes. Despite these intelligence gatherings, the information remained fragmented across different departments and agencies. There was no centralized intelligence analysis system to piece together these various signals into a coherent warning. Military commanders in Hawaii, including Admiral Husband Kimmel and Lieutenant General Walter Short, were not given access to all available intelligence, leaving them with an incomplete picture of the mounting threat. This compartmentalization of intelligence would later be identified as a critical failure in the pre-war security system. The morning of December 7th also revealed critical gaps in military preparedness. Despite war warnings issued in late November, the Pacific Fleet remained clustered in port, making it an ideal target. Aircraft were parked wingtip to wingtip on airfields to protect against sabotage, ironically making them more vulnerable to air attack. Anti-aircraft ammunition was locked away, and many defensive positions were unmanned. The base was operating under peacetime conditions, with many personnel on weekend leave and normal Sunday routines in effect. These oversights weren't due to incompetence, but rather to a fundamental misunderstanding of the threat. Military leaders were more concerned about sabotage from local Japanese Americans than an attack from carrier-based aircraft. This threat assessment failure highlights how preconceived notions can blind observers to emerging dangers. The military's focus on sabotage prevention led to decisions that actually increased vulnerability to air attack. The legacy of these missed signals extends far beyond December 7, 1941. The attack on Pearl Harbor fundamentally changed how the United States approached intelligence gathering, analysis, and distribution. It led to major reforms in military communication, intelligence sharing, and command structure. The creation of the Central Intelligence Agency in 1947 was, in part, a response to the intelligence failures exposed by Pearl Harbor. The attack also transformed American military doctrine regarding base security and threat assessment. The practice of concentrating military assets in one location was abandoned, and new protocols were established for maintaining readiness levels. The experience highlighted the importance of maintaining combat readiness, even during peacetime, and the need for better coordination between military branches and intelligence services. As the smoke cleared that December morning, 2,403 Americans had lost their lives, and 18 ships were sunk or damaged. The missed signals and overlooked warnings transformed into hard lessons that would reshape American military and intelligence operations for decades to come. Pearl Harbor stands as a testament to the importance of remaining vigilant, maintaining open communications, and never dismissing unusual observations without thorough investigation. The echoes of those missed signals continue to resonate in modern military and intelligence operations, reminding us that history's most significant moments often begin with subtle warnings that go unheeded. The attack on Pearl Harbor changed not just the course of World War II, but fundamentally altered how nations approach the collection, analysis, and application of intelligence information in the defense of their territories and interests. It serves as an enduring reminder that in matters of national security, the ability to recognize and act upon warning signs can mean the difference between preparedness and catastrophe. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out all the other episodes in the podcast as well as our military history documentaries. I'm Robert Child, and this has been Point of the Spear.
Music licensed from audioblocks.com. Point of the Spear is produced by RSC Media Group.